By the way, good morning. This is a little cut on my nose. No, there's nothing on my face. It's a cut, okay? Like everybody's been telling me. It's a cut. All right, cool. Good morning. It is Saturday morning, November 30th, last day of November. Woo! And we just got done with Thanksgiving, which was so nice. And I don't know about you, but I completely enjoyed myself. I ate basically whatever I want. And I did for 2 days in a row. And now I'm ready to get back on track, which is perfect for this morning's talk, which is how to enjoy your holidays and lose weight. And so I'm going to talk to you about my specific strategies, and I'll give you probably like 6 tips to be able to do this. Okay, so let me dive right into a story. Years and years and years ago, I was introduced with the idea of a paradigm shift or perspective, which a lot of us now use the word mindset. It's all kind of the same thing. And I was reading a book. I was really young. I was probably like 20. I was reading a book, and I think it came from how to seven effective. I don't remember. 7 habits of highly and effective people. I think it was from that book. I'm not sure. But anyway, this dad was on a train, and he had multiple children, like 3 or 4 children, and the dad was just sitting there, and the kids were a wreck, like menace to society, running all around the train, like hitting people's books out of their hands, being obnoxious, loud, totally not what you would expect on a train. You would expect your children to be sitting. And the guy who's writing this story was the one sitting on the train seeing all of this happen, right? And I think I would probably feel the same way as this guy. He's sitting there and he starts boiling, like on the inside, just getting angry at why this dad isn't disciplining these kids. These kids are literally running around like crazy. And the dad is just kind of sitting there watching it happen, slumped over, almost gazed over in his eyes. And the guy who was watching this, who was like also getting highly annoyed by these kids, the kids were coming around, hitting his knee, like whatever, just being loud, and he just didn't want to deal with it. He had a stressful day, and just wasn't expecting that on a train, and he just got really, really annoyed. And so finally, he looked up at the dad, and he's like, are you going to do anything about your kids? You know, like, is there a reason why you're not disciplining them and telling them to knock it off as they totally ruin everybody's day? And the dad just kind of looked up at him, and he's like, oh, I am so sorry. We just came back from the hospital where their mom just passed away, and just started to talk about this story. And that guy who asked the question instantly had like a lump in his throat and didn't know what to say to him. And all of a sudden, he had compassion for these kids versus hate. And that story hits me like constantly. I never forgot that story. I always think about it in pretty much every little thing I do in my life, because it's a paradigm shift. It's perspective. It's how you're looking at things, right? He was looking at this situation one way, and it was creating feelings of anger and resentment and hate, and just a little bit of information made him totally change his perspective. Like just all around changed it. Not even just a little bit, just 100% paradigm here, whoop, swung the pendulum, paradigm over here now. So he had a huge paradigm shift, right? And that's what mindset is about. When you're like doing personal development, when you're reading, when you're like trying to learn other ways of thinking, you tend to have a paradigm shift or a change of perspective, right? And that's an extreme example. But what I'm about to talk to you about when it comes to the holidays is very similar. The way that you're going to look at this holiday, the way that you look at December, the way that you look at holidays in general, right? And how we are to approach the holidays with our nutrition, with our fitness, with our health, right? And so mindset is the number one thing I want you to think about when it comes to the holidays. Okay, so first and foremost, and if this is all you get out of this talk, I want you to pay attention. The holiday is not a holla month, right? We just got done with Thanksgiving. So we have Christmas Eve. We'll give Christmas 2 days, Christmas Eve and Christmas. Even if you gave it 3 days, you could do the day after Christmas, right? If you're Jewish, you might have multiple days, but maybe you should not use all 7 for like a smorgasbord. Anyway, so you have 1 or 2 days there, and then you also have like New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. So that's like maybe 4 more days throughout the rest of the holidays. Over 31 days, right? So 4 days out of 31 days, we don't have too many things to worry about. Maybe we even have one other party that we have to work our way through, but that's it. So when your first mindset change I want you to have is not to think of it as the holidays. Think of it as Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, right? Figure out the days in which you want to just enjoy your favoriteest foods, right? So maybe it's pumpkin pie, apple pie, whatever it is. Maybe it's stuffing. I mean, we just had Thanksgiving, so these things are in my head. Whatever it is, chocolate, whatever, keep it to those days, the 1 or 2 or 3 days that we're actually celebrating with our friends and family, right? Keeping the stuff in the house when we're not celebrating is just going to sabotage you. You're just going to feel crappy. And I know you're going to feel crappy because the stuff that I'm talking about is crappy food for the way we feel. Yes, it's yummy and delicious, and I'm not saying you shouldn't eat it. It's definitely a treat, and I think it has its place. But if you're eating it every day, it's going to make you feel like crap, right? And when you go Christmas shopping and when you go out, you're going to be irritable with other people. Like, give yourself the happy Christmas holiday cheer by feeding yourself with good nutrition and being able to get the most out of the holidays. So think of food in that way. Think of it as fuel. Think of the fact that the holidays is not a holla month, right? And really pay attention to those certain days that you want to enjoy those foods. I enjoyed my food. I enjoyed Thanksgiving. I enjoyed yesterday, the day after Thanksgiving. But now I'm going to enjoy making myself feel good because I'm going to tell you my stomach is not enjoying it so much. And I can see how it just affects me with everything else too. So pay attention to those. The other mindset thing, we're still in mindset, is I want you to have enthusiasm. Have enthusiasm around eating healthy, right? Enjoy it because you know how it makes you feel. So if you do nothing else, if you just change your attitude around eating super healthy food, out of bringing on some veggies, extra veggies all day long. Like, really think about these things and what it's going to do to your body when you're eating it and how much energy you're going to gain. Then you're just going to look at food differently, right? If you know, my goal today is to have the most amount of energy possible, real energy, not woo and then crash afterwards, but real energy, then when you go to sit down to eat, you're going to think differently about the things that you put on your plate, right? So really, this is the one thing I want you to change is your mindset. Pay attention to what your attitude is around food and have enthusiasm around eating healthy and gaining the most amount of energy, right? So I'm not talking about, the spare tire. I'm not talking about your thighs and hips. I'm talking about you and your energy and your attitude. That is going to make one of the biggest difference this month between now and New Year's, okay? The other part of wrapping your mindset around holidays is I want you to pay attention to this. This is so important. There are holidays every single month of the year. There is nothing different about this month than other months. If you really think about this, okay? We are going to leave December and we're going to go into New Year's Day, right? So people always set the resolutions and then New Year's Day hops up and they're like, oh yeah, I forgot. I have to eat this and this and this out of tradition, right? Girl Scout cookies is like a whole freaking season, right? And then there's one of the biggest days of eating, football, Super Bowl Sunday. And then you go right into like February where there's Valentine's Day. There is always a freaking holiday. There is always a reason to celebrate with food, right? So don't treat this month any different than the other months, right? So yes, I want you to enjoy your holiday, enjoy your celebrations, but realize what days those actually are for you. Okay, so that's mindset. Number 2, communication. This is huge. When you're living with other people who have mouths and want to feed their body, you're going to be talking, like you're going to be having other people bring food into the house, right? So if you figure out your vision for your nutrition, your health, and you communicate it nicely, sitting down, talking to the people in your home, and being specific about what they can do to help you, then you can communicate and might make some progress out of what's actually in your home or what's being cooked in your home. I just spoke to a girl that I absolutely love, one of my clients, who was on the phone with me the other day talking about how we can jumpstart her nutrition. And one of the things I mentioned was, if you, when it comes to treats, like her husband likes to bring ice cream in the house. And I said, if you talk to him about doing, like, ice cream's not forbidden, it's not forbidden, but if you talk to them, your husband, your kids, about, you know what, if we're going to do treats like ice cream, let's make it a little less frequent, but make it more fun. And all of our ice cream treats will be out at an ice cream place. Like, we'll order our favorite ice creams and everybody gets their own flavor that they love. Nobody's going to fight over the flavors. We don't have to have leftovers sitting in the freezer. We don't have to eat it every night, but it will become more of an event and like something special versus something that we have every night after dinner and just get like from the carton, So you can make it more fun and more enjoyable if it's once a week versus every single night, and you're going out and being able to get like a really yummy sundae, something different. They can try different flavors that way. You make it more of an event than bringing it in the house. So if you can like sit down with your spouse or significant other or somebody in your house and really like brainstorm the ways, like if my goal, Mr. Spouse, if my goal is that I want to feel amazing and have more energy for you, then how can we make this happen? I mean, really find out a way to communicate it the best. Okay. And try to show them what's in it for them, right? If I'm talking to my spouse and I'm like, hey, I want to feel amazing, I want to look good in my birthday suit, then you can talk to them about that. Hopefully there's not a ton of kids listening to this. So make it exciting. Talk to them about it. Try to come up with some solutions together. Share your vision and your goals with them. But if you include them in this, it might be helpful to make sure that they're not bringing things into the house that you don't want there, right? So, okay, that's number 2 is communication. Number 3, have a plan. So I heard this the other day. When it comes to overwhelm, the only solution to overwhelm is clarity. And so if you have a clear plan in place, now if you're following 2B Mindset and you're following Ultimate Portion Fix, the container system, then you should have a clear plan. Your plan is to follow the system. Your plan is to drink half your body weight in water, which is huge. People tend to forget that right now because it's cold out. By the way, you can drink hot water with lemon in it. It's awesome. It's amazing. You should be planning on getting more sleep, or if you are getting 8 hours sleep, keep that up. You should plan on following your container system. The cool thing about the container system and 2B Mindset is that it's already planned out for balance. Like, you can still have your holiday treats with those plans. You just have to do, for 2B Mindset, you have to track it and track your weight the next day and see how it's going to affect your body. Same with, and mood and energy, right? Same with Ultimate Portion Fix. You have 2 treats a week, right? You have this opportunity to either have a glass of wine or a yummy, delicious sweet from Fixate. By the way, Kaylee Pinto told us the other week, and I love this tip. If you're trying to get your family to just eat a little bit more healthy, but they're pushing back, have your kids try some of have them watch the videos for the sweet things like the desserts on Fixate. And then if they're still not sold out, sweeten it up a little bit more with a little bit more sugar or a little bit more maple syrup, whatever they're using. And then next time they have it, take a little bit away and a little bit away until it's like the right recipe, and they'll never notice it. They'll never notice it. So that's an awesome, awesome idea. Love it. So feel free to use those recipes. They're really amazing. They're whole foods, and you can use those twice a week for any of them and enjoy your sweets. And they have holiday treats in there. They have all kinds of stuff. Okay. Have a plan. Super important. It is the solution for overwhelm, is to have a clear plan. Okay. 4, carve out your time. I know it's a busy time of year, but to be honest with you, I mean, like if you really shake it down, if you're a parent of kids with sports and stuff, your busy time of the season is actually kind of coming down to an end. Like usually at this point, they start dwindling down sports a little bit more, and it's more about the holidays. So like some of us claim it's busier, but I would venture to say we're just watching more TV. But maybe I'm totally wrong. You can bash me for that. You can yell at me. I don't care. But anyway, carve out the time to prepare your food, right? What is it? Oh, I don't even want to say it because I don't remember it and I'll screw it up. But anyway, prepare your food is the number one thing I think is going to help. If you're like, let's say right now, we might have Thanksgiving leftovers. If you actually take those leftovers and prepare your meals, like Jesse's going to make a beautiful turkey soup right now for us, but he's going to add a ton of vegetables and cauliflower and no grains in it. And then if I want to add grains like rice or something later, that's great, but it's going to be super clean. So there's a lot of foods from Thanksgiving that you can take and put into your meal plan that are clean, right? And then the other things, you can toss them, throw away the pie, get rid of it. If you really want to, you can freeze it for later for Christmas or whatever, but like get rid of the bad food in your house. So, and then once a week, and we're enjoying the fact that we started ordering food online. I love that. But once a week, take 1 hour just to prepare some food. Put some sweet potatoes in the oven. Put some veggies in the oven. Roast them up so that you have foods in your fridge ready to be eaten. Chop up all the veggies for your salads and put them in individual containers so you can just like put together a salad each day. Like really put some meat in the oven. All of that could take 1 hour. Just 1 hour of prep time can save your entire week of being on track with your nutrition. Carve the time out. We only put important things into our schedule, right? What do we put into our schedule? We put appointments that we don't want to miss. We put in flight information. We put in vacations. We put things into our schedule that are important. Put in the time to plan your nutrition, to prep your food. Put it in your schedule. Okay. 5, simple is best. This is so, so important. As I was going through 80-day obsession, I realized very, very quickly that it's the summer. I'm super busy, like uber busy over the summer. The kids are home. I have a lot less time, and I'm doing this like intense workout program that's longer than anything else and keeping my nutrition highly clean. Well, I got amazing results. Do you know why? Because I kept everything so simple. I love when people come to me and they're like, I can't eat clean because my husband, all he eats is meat and potatoes. He is a meat and potato kind of guy. Do you know what I ate the entire time I was on 80-day obsession? Meat and potatoes. I added in vegetables. That's it. That's all I ate was meat and potatoes. Guys, you can follow these plans with whatever quirky thing that you do with food, right? I popped potatoes and meat into the oven, roasted it like chicken thighs and halved potatoes. And I mean, it's like the man's dream of meat and potatoes, right? And then I added vegetables too and roasted them in the oven every single night. I think my family probably hated me at the end of 80 days because all we had was meat and potatoes and veggies. But make it simple. Whatever's simple for you. What's simple for you might not be simple for me. I hate crock pots, but I know people who love just throwing the meat in the beginning of the day and letting it cook all day long, and then you have dinner prepared and you just have to do something. You can do frozen veggies at that point. Like, it doesn't matter. You can throw veggies in the middle of the day. whatever you want, whatever's simple for you. I mean simple. Don't make dinner, don't make your meals something that is going to stress you out. Write down the things that you know you can whip out really quick, right? Modify them so they fit your plan. Boom. Those are your dinners for the week. Something else that I've done, I've gotten chicken sausage for the kids. I did this and I ate it too. I just portioned it out. Chicken sausage and spaghetti, like whole wheat spaghetti, and steamed broccoli that I would just like chop up and put in there. And I would chop up the sausage too and put it in there. And it was just simple, quick. Think of things that are simple for you, that are on the cleaner side of things. The pasta's not on the cleaner side of things, but on the cleaner side of things, look at your list. Take out that food list from Ultimate Portion Fix. Eat from the top third. You will get amazing, amazing results. If you stick to the top of that nutrition of those food lists, you'll get amazing results. Amazing, I promise you. Just stick to the foods to the top. That's it. Stick to those foods to the top. Eat from the container system. Track your food if you're on 2B mindset, and you will get great results. Even if you're having 2 treats a week, right? Amazing results. Even if you eat whatever you want on Christmas, you'll get amazing results. Stick to the top of that food list. Really important. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, please let me know or speak to your coach. But I promise you, stick to the top of the food list, right? And you'll get amazing results. Super clean food. Okay, that is simple is best. Crock pot meals, sheet pan dinners, 5 ingredient meals, favorite flavors. Oh, something I would do if I really was just throwing food in the oven, I always put salt, pepper, garlic powder on it. Salt, pepper, garlic powder. Constantly salt, pepper, garlic powder. And I would use the spray to oil, like to spray the things, right? That's it. Salt, pepper, garlic, oil. That's it. Yeah. All right. Number 6, and this is the most important one. Have gratitude and love. Fill yourself with gratitude and love. Gratitude for the ability to be able to do this. You have 2 working legs. You have 2 working arms. You have the ability to go grocery shopping. You have the ability to, oh my gosh, grocery shopping. Think about this. We like have everything at our fingertips. Even 50 years ago, they didn't. Like everything is at our fingertips. Things that are in season, not in season, doesn't matter. We have amazing shipping. Everything is at our fingertips. We have the most opportune moment to eat healthy and eat like a meal plan than any other of our past generations ever had, right? We have healthy food at our fingertips. We have the ability to drive to the grocery store and get our food delivered. I mean, like, that's amazing. Can you believe that? Really think about these things. Somebody can come to my doorstep and drop off all my food. Everything that I wanted, I ordered it, put it online, drop it off. If I'm going grocery shopping, I have a freaking car. I have a car that takes me places. I have the ability to do these things. Like, this is so important. I can work out because my body is able to, right? I have all these amazing gifts that I can be grateful for. I can wake up every day. It reminds me of that video. Oh my God, I love it. I'm going to have to share it again. Where the guy, he wakes up and his body's wrapped in Christmas foil. And he's like, oh my gosh, I'm alive. What a gift, I'm alive. And then he looks over and his wife is next to him wrapped up in wrapping paper. And he like opens the wrapping paper. Oh, Carol, here you are. You're with me, right? And then he goes over into put his feet into like slippers or whatever, and they're wrapped up with wrapping paper. He goes to like brush his teeth, and it's like wrapped up in wrapping paper. He's like, oh, a toothbrush. I can brush my teeth. The sink is wrapped up in wrapping paper. He rips off. He's like, water. I mean, like, if you really think about all of the amazing things in our lives, get grateful for them. Be excited about it. Such a good video. I love that video. And the other thing is, so if we think about our gratitude and we're grateful every morning for these opportunities that we can eat healthy and fuel our bodies with really, really good, nutritious food, I also want you to love yourself. And I don't mean love yourself as in I'm going to accept myself as I am and I'm going to do whatever I want. I'm going to eat whatever I want because I love myself. No, I mean love yourself as in the verb love, as in sacrificial love, right? I mean, I don't know if you're religious or not. I'm just saying any religion, like the sacrifice, the action, is love, right? We love our children. We love them as a verb. We do things for them that we might not want to do, but we should do to take care of our children, right? To have them have the best life available to them. It's love. It's the action. It's the verb. I want you to love your body by taking care of it, by showing it love, by taking care of it, by fueling it, the proper foods that's going to make it work its best. You know, when you're eating healthy, your body is just like working in ways that you never expected it to work in, right? You feel amazing. Love your body with the verb love, with taking care of it, with putting in it what, like, top fuel, right? High quality food, fresh, real food, food from the source. Take care of your body, and that is showing it love. Does that make sense? So have gratitude and love. Take care of your body. Feel yourself. Change that mindset. And I know this isn't, it's not hard. I mean, it's not difficult, but it's also not easy sometimes. Does that make sense? It's simple, but that doesn't mean it's easy. But if you get your mindset right, and if you remind yourself every day of these things, then picking the right foods and staying on track with your nutrition and fueling your body with real fresh vegetables and fruit and clean food will become so much easier. On top of having awesome people like yourself and like the people in your challenge groups and like your coach be there with you and be able to talk to you about it and enjoy the process with you, you're going to be rock solid and golden this Christmas and this holiday season, and you will definitely get results. So I forgot to say what this program, what today is being sponsored by, is being sponsored by Bar Blend, because it's coming out this week. So make sure you get it. And if you haven't tried the sample workout, get it now. Try it out. It's amazing. I got my husband to do it with me. It was so awesome. I have my sister who's a physical therapist. She tried it. She said she's not going to be able to walk for days, and she only did 20 minutes. Amazing program. You got to do it. And talking about gratitude and love, Elise, who's the trainer, is so amazing. I mean, if you want to fill your cup with positivity every morning, first thing in the morning, you're going to want this program, because she is so positive and she will light up your day every single morning before you start your day. You'll just become a happier person if you do Bar Blend. Anyway, this week you can buy it with the VIP package, which means you have to have a coach account or sign up with a coach account, which, by the way, it's so worth doing, because then you can be in her test group that starts January 6th. The first week is all about nutrition, and then we start the workouts on the 13th. So you really want to get that program. Talk to your coach about it. Make sure you get on board, because it comes out in days, just days away. So make sure you're on top of that information. I love you guys. If you have any questions, you can unmute yourself. I'm finished. I'm done talking. I'm going to get off of here if you guys don't ask any questions or unmute yourself. If you have any tips, let me know. We'll share them. And if you have any topics you want me to go over or hear from somebody else, if you have a challenger who's rocking it out, if you feel like you have an experience you want to share, please let me know, because we will be on here again next Saturday. Love you. Bye.